Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today. And the very strong message that's coming through for us today is to just keep things simple. We tend to overcomplicate things a lot, especially when we've got this new idea and we want it to happen straight away. And it's good to keep ourselves positive about it for the first couple of weeks, but then as time goes on, and we don't notice any physical changes, even though energetically things are clearly shifted, we start to panic and stress ourselves out over it. And then when we go too far, we tend to really get down and even, quite maybe even depressed about the situation not changing. And basically, they want us to look to nature, to how easy nature is, how abundant nature is. Flowers don't struggle to find the sun, they just turn their heads and they open up their petals to find the sun, to feed them, to abundantly feed them as well. It's not like they spend the night worrying, oh, what if the sun doesn't shine today? What if I don't get any rain tomorrow? Why? What am I going to do if I don't get these things? It naturally expects them. Just like babies naturally expect to be fed and to be clothed and loved, we have to naturally expect that the universe is working for us. And yes, it's harder to do after a certain time of seeing nothing, well, according to what we think is nothing. We just have to stay as much as we can in that place of turning our heads to the sun, of understanding that it has to be straightforward. We overcomplicate things. When things don't seemingly move in the way that we want it to, we try to force it. Oh, well, what if I do this or this? Will it happen faster for me then? Really, the concept in itself is very simple, but we struggle against it, which means that we are not making it easy for ourselves. Overcomplicating things is something that we tend to do naturally. It's just one of those things, but we are asked to keep it simple, to keep it minimal, to keep it easy, no matter how big the changes that you are asking for, no matter how miraculous it may seem. Sitting with the feeling of already being in that energy and having that inner knowing, not hoping, not wanting, not pleading, not doubting, but knowing. You really have to know. You will get there eventually, once you have managed to really retrain your thoughts. Well, firstly, try to switch them off in the sense that they don't serve you, so there's no need to keep banging that drum of, you know, because things are working out. You just have to be able to switch that little chatter off, go into your heart, and magnify the feeling that you feel there. Rather than, I'm going to force things to happen with my mind. Because it's not actually the mind. The heart has so much more magic within it, capacity for true, change. And so the concept, getting what your heart desires, is a simple concept, but we don't allow it to be easy because of all of the things that we've learned along the way. People also tend to talk about things with people who aren't ready, and that will really put a dampener on the whole situation. It's good to co-create with people who are ready and able to talk positively about the changes that they want to implement with you. But if you're going to talk to someone doubting, their doubting arguments are often much louder than your conviction that things are going to work out. So then you essentially allow them to switch your mind back to doubting, and that's not a good idea either. So try, if you can, to turn your head to the sun, to be easy, to accept. And when you find yourself in that doubting space, because there is going to be some time where things are harder than others, ask yourself, through this thinking, through what I'm doing right now, what am I manifesting right now? Ask yourself that. And if what you feel isn't positive, then you have the chance right there and then to turn that around and to actually make it something that you want to be manifesting. And sometimes things are what we perceive to be delayed because there needs to be stuff that needs to get sorted out, such as maybe people changing their minds on certain subjects to make it easier for you, or there's an array of stuff, really. I can't think of many examples right now, but once you are able to see things more clearly, you'll understand why things had to happen in a certain way. Same as with this journey of the twin flames, you know? Before I didn't understand why communication was so difficult, but now I see it. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be uncreated, a lot of beliefs that have to be switched from one way of thinking to another in order for things to progress easily. And we may think we're ready when we're actually not. And that's where the frustration comes in. That's where we get really negative and start to shout at the universe and possibly other people that are around us. You know, why aren't things working out for me? But just turn your head to the sun, even for a few minutes a day, and see what happens. You will start to feel much lighter and much more able to receive. I hope that this has helped. If you'd like to connect with me, all my details are in the description. And thank you all so very much for watching. Have a beautiful weekend and a wonderful day. Namaste.